Greetings and welcome back to The Booth, the first and only podcast dedicated solely to WVU women's basketball. I'm Chad Atkins, and I have the extreme pleasure of being joined by the man that introduced the three-point shot to basketball, Shane Terrell. We're recording in the basement bar booth of Mario's Fishbowl Suncrest on University Avenue in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the world-famous Fishbowl.
All right. Cheers.
And it's a great day to cheers, by the way.
I introduced a shot, but I've never made one. So,
Yeah, all right. All right, let's give a shout out before we get going. Let's give a shout out to our title sponsor, Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical service contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. Thank you, Tri-County. Thank you, Tri-County. Man, big day. It was a big day. We kind of forgot to preview this game because it was just such a weird balance. But today we just wrapped up. Well, a couple hours ago. We had to set up gear and have dinner and a couple beers, but we just got done watching the Kansas State game, and man, it was a great game.
We're kind of going through what the basketball team went through with a short turnaround from
Yeah.
You know,
It's all goofed
a day
up.
between games.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but I get it. It was a great, it was a good time at the Coliseum. Everybody had to take half day off work. Some people took a whole day off work. I didn't. I was able to take a half day. But it was a great game. We really needed it. I mean, what's your first thoughts coming out of it, Shane?
Yeah, obviously excited about it. I mean, I thought we definitely played well. Came out, and I guess I didn't know what to expect. It's sort of back and forth. I don't know, was it tied after first, I think? Or we may have been ahead a little bit. I can't remember exactly. But it was right there. Right there, it was like, oh, this is going to be a good game. And then we kind of slowly started pulling away. And
yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
it was tied at the first. And then we took the 6-point lead going into the break. And all right, I got to bring this up.
I know, this is a weird one.
It is. Last Saturday for the Cincinnati game, I was in there. Well, everybody was in there.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a heck of it seemed packed.
Seemed like a bigger crowd than it was tonight.
Today. It was. And the official attendance was 3,200, and today it was 4,100.
Yeah. I'm confused on how they count attendance, but it did seem like a lesser crowd today. But I will say
they were loud.
It was probably a louder crowd.
Yeah,
I think everyone that showed up was obviously a diehard fan and showed up and was ready to.
I was impressed with the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, 2:00. Yes, it is President's Day, but not very many places, unless you're a federal employee, get that day off.
It may help that originally these kids were supposed to go to school, and I don't know if it's a county-to-county thing, but I think here they were supposed to go to school today, but then it ended up being another snow day. So that probably helped the attendance a little bit. But
yeah, that wasn't bad. And plus, Coach Kellogg gave the excuse note. I saw that on.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
I mean, that's all you need. I'm sure every employer and school district supported that. Excuse.
And we had shout out to my mom and Uncle Dave and my cousin
Bill.
We rolled them up here. They hadn't been to a women's basketball. My mom has, but Bill and Uncle Dave hadn't been to one yet. So I think they had a really good time. So just
Yeah.
another person that which they followed a little bit, but until you actually come and watch this team and what product they have, man,
Yep.
they're exciting to watch.
Yeah,
They're really
Dave-
exciting to watch.
Dave said, "Whoo-wee, those guards are little, but boy, they're good, aren't they?"
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Whoo-wee. Well, they are. I mean, shoot, they're getting up here, 80 years old. They're coming up here to check
Mhm.
out the women's game. So there's no excuse for nobody
Yep.
else not making it up here. If
Yeah.
80-year-olds can make it 2 hours to come see a women's game,
Yep.
you can get out of bed, drive 2 miles if you live within
No excuses.
None.
And they definitely appreciate your support. I know watching, looking over at Coach Kellogg a couple times, he's got his hands in the air. He's getting the crowd going. Of course, he's pretty. He can be pretty animated. The whole game. But yeah, definitely noticed a couple times he was trying to get the crowd wound up. They asked him in his the post game, you doing that for the TV? And he's no. I mean,
I'm just into it.
Yeah, you think.
We had that nice little stretch there at that one point in the quarter and really went ahead, and it was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. The last 2 games, and I'm not trying to be a homer. Obviously, I try not to be, but man, some of those.
You always say that, and then next thing you know, here comes a.
Yeah, the refs suck. Yes, they do. But they do. I mean, I got scolded. I got daggers.
That's what you are saying. You got a dirty look.
I got a dirty look from a ref, and I didn't do anything. All I did was it was that one woman with the hair all pulled back. Almost all of them do that. But at the Cincy game, and she was getting booed hard. I'm not going to say which coach on our bench, but was saying, "You are awful. That was awful." I won't say which coach was saying that, but one of the coaches. And she just happened to be over in our corner, and it looked like a bad call to me against Sydney Shaw. And all I said was, "What?" And she just,
you got the daggers.
Oh, I got the daggers today. The people sitting in front of us, they were like, "We'll protect you from the refs, Chad." Because it was mean. I felt bad. I almost felt.
I don't know.
She would have grounded me. She would have.
You're going to the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I mean, even today. I mean, obviously, there. When there's a
couple. That 3-point foul that Jordan got, that was crap. Remember?
Yeah,
that was.
And I mean, there's Blackston got called on something where that she literally got shouldered into her.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's a couple that went our way too. So I don't know. I think it balances out. Refs aren't perfect. It's impossible to be perfect. All I know is I don't want to do the job. So
no.
I'm never going to. I mean, I'm gonna give them hell during the game, but after the fact, I don't know. They're just doing the best they can. Some of them are just better at it than others.
Yeah.
But otherwise, noteworthy maybe about the game that, of course, I don't know, she gets talked about, but maybe not talked about enough. But and Kai Watson with her 15 rebounds, he was all over the place.
It was great. It was great. 5 points, but that really wasn't. I mean, how many steals did she have? She had 4 steals. It was just, she was great to watch out there.
Yeah.
She was everywhere. She was harassing people. She was just in everybody's mug. She was great defensively. And that's the key. I think I saw that Kansas State is averaging 76 points a game.
Oh yeah, no, they're a great offensive team. I mean, they put 90 up on a couple good teams. I think. So,
and we held them to 57. That was amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That is what we hang our hat on. I'm sorry, man.
Definitely a great defensive effort as always. Probably maybe another shout out or another player that had a good game was JT. Jordan Thomas. That
had to be her career high today. It had to be.
Yeah, 11 points. Just played well in general.
How many rebounds did she have? 3, or where is she?
5. She had 5 rebounds. So, and and Sydney Woodley, back to her. She's a game changer.
Mm-hmm. She had 2 steals in 16 minutes. How many points? 7 points. You know?
Yeah, no, I think that's probably my biggest takeaway with her. And even last game, she is starting. I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but she is.
Yeah,
she's doing better offensively, and that was sort of what I felt like maybe her holdup was, and maybe it's a confidence thing. She just didn't pull the trigger or drive like she should, or
well,
whatever.
and you got to think. I mean, not only we've talked about this. I mean, I think with Coach, not only is it a jump to go from a Long Beach State to a Big 12 team.
Yeah.
You know, the cultural difference between living in Long Beach to coming to Morgantown. You know, I think she feels at home now. She's comfortable. Hey. It looks like she's comfortable in what she's doing and where she's doing it at.
I bet she's been eating the pepperoni rolls.
I bet yeah, that's probably it. That's probably what has aided her, you know, transition from the left coast to the Mountain State.
But, you know, the impact of some bench players coming in and giving great minutes is huge. Particularly when we get into tournament play and in a situation like this where we're kind of almost back to back, almost like a tournament, and we skipped a day.
It was.
But you know, it's nice to have the a little fresher legs, I guess.
I mean, JJ shot like 40%. 26 points, 5 rebounds. But Jordan Harrison was shooting 50% from 3-pointer.
No, I mean,
18 points. And how, you know, it's crazy.
We definitely go on and on about her. She's just amazing.
She's such a competitor. She's such a competitor. They all are, though.
It's impressive how well, and I don't know, probably should ask her this, but her originally being involved in dancing cheer. I mean, it's almost like a ballet sometimes when she's going to the basket. Mm-hmm. You know, it's impressive how she can kind of go under, around, and score.
Yeah. But as impressive as this was, one thing that Coach Kellogg was kind of talking about in his post game was, and I guess the way I could describe it is, let's act like we'd be here. Yeah, it's a good win, you know, but we should do this.
Yeah, it sounded like they definitely had the celebration that they needed or should or deserved after the game. But yeah, it's still there's still a lot of basketball to be played.
There is.
TCU's going to be.
It's going to be tough. That's our next game.
And it's
we're on the road.
Yep, that seems to be a little bit of
But this team just got beat by the team we just beat. You know, February 5th without
Lee.
Yeah, without Lee just as well. You know, currently 24-3. They got this is interesting. They're undefeated at home. You know, they're due to lose.
And we're due for a good home win or a
good away win.
I mean, yeah,
it would be huge. If that's one thing, after the Baylor loss, which we haven't really talked about,
we're not even really breaking.
We just shot crappy 3 in the first half, and we just stayed right around 10 points around. We got it down to 7.
That was 3 games ago.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that.
We had. We'll brush over it. I guess.
There it goes. We had a bad game. We had a bad game,
and I don't know, some of the other losses we've had is sort of like, we've just gotten down enough and not really been able to
battle back.
And I don't know. I think it's a little bit of just the nature of the way this team is, and that they score best off of great defensive effort. So when they're trying to play from behind, it's a little harder, I think, for them.
Yeah.
So having said that, just don't get behind and
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And not that they can. I mean, you've seen it. I mean,
Yeah, but
one of the
see,
game JJ's come back and not really played well, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, how does she all of a sudden has 29?
Yeah.
So they can score quickly, but
yeah, I mean, but the thing is, but
it's
this,
not what they want to do. I don't think.
well, yeah,
Or not what they
well,
do
obviously we're undefeated at home. We only got one game left, and we could literally finish the season undefeated
Yep.
at home against Utah, who's not a bad team. They're a good team. They've been hovering around in the top 25. They actually only have. Well, I'm not sure. I know they last time I checked, they still only had 3 losses in the Big 12.
Yeah.
But I think,
Yeah, they're sort of that hovering sort of middle of the pack, but hasn't really maybe hasn't done anything great, but hadn't done anything bad. So
but we got 3. But all right. Let me go back to what Coach Kellogg was saying. I agree with him. We've got to act like we belong here.
yeah,
Yes, it's a good win, but all right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, let's get back to work. We got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
But this game just proves that we can fry those fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
It more solidifies the fact that we can.
Right.
That's what I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think any win you need to celebrate it. I mean, some are bigger wins than others, but yeah, you celebrate it and you turn the page and
Yeah.
go to the next game. And
Yeah.
same way with a unfortunate loss. You got to.
It's a lot easier to do with the great win.
Oh yeah,
than an unfortunate
no doubt
loss.
about that. But
all right. Before we look ahead to the next couple games, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Carpenter Marty Transportation. They can perform traffic impact studies along with the roadway and bridge improvements. Located in Charleston, West Virginia. Visit cmtran.com or call 304-989-3680. That's cmtran.com or call 304-989-3680 for more information. Thank you, Carpenter Marty. Bill Marty couldn't make it. He didn't make it.
Yeah,
for the
weather
game.
kind of was a little. He's coming from Columbus area, and
Yeah.
wasn't great. I mean, the weather here was not
Yeah,
great even today.
I guess everybody got slammed around us.
It was
Oddly enough, Morgantown didn't get any of that big.
Well, it got hit pretty bad last night. I actually had to run out a little bit later last night, and it was
it was a little bit sketchy.
It was greasy. Yeah, it was a little
greasy,
slick out there.
Yeah. Coming up, like we kind of been talking about, TCU. It's tough, man. This is a tough one. I'll tell you this. Ooh. If we win this one, I guarantee we're in the top 4 seeds for the Big 12 tournament. If we win this.
When we win this?
Yeah. But see, that's what's crazy. Gosh. They've only got 2 conference losses, right? We got 4. So but that's it's going to be tough, man. But I think if we win this, I think we've got an awesome chance. I would say 80% chance, maybe 90% chance of being in the top 4 seeds in the tournament, getting that double game win. Because I could almost guarantee we'll win one of the last 2 versus Cincinnati or Utah.
Yeah.
I can almost, like I said, I don't want to guarantee we're going to beat Cincinnati at Cincinnati, but after what we saw here, I'm not going to think we can't.
Yeah. No, I mean we have to. We can't lose that one on the road.
No. We've got, if we win out, gosh darn it.
Yeah, and
it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I don't really know how it all works with the net rankings, and it gets a little confusing in the Big 12 because not everybody plays twice, and I don't know.
But that's the thing coming up. See, Baylor could run havoc through there. I mean, it's crazy. Baylor's going to be playing TCU and Kansas State here. I think, and I think let's see when TCU.
So Lee will be back. I think I read before the Big 12 tournament.
Oh wow.
So obviously she's going to change things a little bit, but
all right, their final 4 games, TCU. There's a chance they could lose to us and to Baylor because they barely beat Baylor at home, 80-75 back in the end of January. So that's going to be their season wrap up on March 2nd. Again, ours will be Cincinnati. But
right.
man, I think, it's just tough, man. It's just tough. Well, who does Kansas State have left?
So I'm trying to remember now who what I read that whoever they play last game of the season, I think, is when Lee's projected to come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she will be there completely for the
yeah. I think that's the plan, and unless there's some some kind of a setback. But I mean, I didn't see her shooting around or anything tonight.
She wasn't anything. She was in sweats.
But
she was in sweats the whole time.
But I did read where she is participating some in some shoot around stuff, and so she's mobile. It's just there's no reason to rush that back to have a setback, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
you look back at some of these games and it's kind of confusing. You think you can figure it out, but then you look back and
well, I mean, look at TCU. They beat them 59-50. But that was a home game too.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, Lee.
Yeah, so I think
when she comes back, it's just they're going to be completely different.
I think they were saying Kansas. I think she was going to be back Kansas, so she'd have 2 games back.
All right, so or 3. Kansas, Baylor, and Iowa State, because she didn't have a boot on or nothing. No, she didn't have anything. I didn't see anything on her ankle or feet. It must have been a little stress factor or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. Foot. So I think it was a fracture. So
yeah. All right. So that's not coming up to what? We got when do we play TCU? Sunday. So we got 6 days off.
Yeah, and
Coach had 2 days off for the team.
Yeah, so the players get a couple of days off to a little R&R. I mean, I'm sure
they earned it.
They earned it. That was been a little bit of a little not back-to-back games, but almost back-to-back games. Gotta be tough. So yeah, well-deserved time off, and then get back at it.
Yeah, get back at it. We're going to TCU. We need that mentality that we saw today. Definitely did.
Yeah, no, I think the team's clicking a little bit right now.
I hope they continue to. I hope they continue to click.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a lot of good players that can come off the bench. For sure, JT's playing well, particularly as a freshman. Obviously, Woodley's coming in and can give quality minutes, and that's probably where
Cheers has been coming in quite a bit.
But Woodley coming in and being able to play, because you can't. You got to be able to rest JJ and Jordan
and Shaw.
And Shaw. Yeah, so she can kind of come in and rest any of them and give minute. So yeah, I think right now she's probably maybe one of the she's a pretty crucial part of the team right now to be able to come in and do what she's been doing, and obviously doing it better. I mean, to see the progress that she's had this year's
been great.
Yeah, it's been great. Been interesting to watch.
Yeah. All right, Shane.
Well, we could ramble on forever.
We could. But we've been at it for a while today. I mean, that 2 o'clock is early. I don't even know what time it is right now. 7:30. I can see it right there on the monitor.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people still watch it when it's just us, but we do have some things in the works. We're going to get some.
Yeah, we are.
More people on. As this
But we appreciate everybody that does
Yeah.
watch that when it is just us. So thank you very much.
I know we never say this. I think every now and then we do, but it is important that subscribe, like, share it.
Yeah.
Let's get it out there. I mean, we're doing this for a few different reasons. We like it for one. Something for us to do to keep us out of trouble. Well, I don't know if it keeps.
Oh, and
trouble
one last thing I want to mention before I wrap things up. Well, two things, but one thing. Thank you to Dina and thank you to Alan for allowing us to put everything behind us. We've been forgetting to do it. This is our third week with it. They allowed us to put up the logo and the schedule, the sign schedule. So thank you, everybody at the Fishbowl, supporting us and helping us or letting us do our thing down here with the podcast. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely talk about our sponsors, but really, I mean, the Fishbowl is kind of a sponsor. They're letting us do it down here. They're really good to us. So
I got a bony butt, and I can guarantee us wearing the seat out pretty fast, and they don't even care. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. Appreciate the Fishbowl.
Yeah, and somebody else we appreciate is Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical service contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. All right. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us. For Shane Terrell, I'm Chad Atkins. Until next time, see you at the Coliseum.